Hey, good morning. Sunday morning. It's just before 7:30 a.m. So, taking a live look outside at your Sunday. First of all, again, hazy skies, gray skies possibly. A little bit more than yesterday, I think. We do see some more influence from those Canadian wildfires drifting down. I think it's northern Missouri, northeastern Missouri when I was looking at the data this morning. Probably going to see the cloudiest appearing of skies today. Although, get this, there's actually not a cloud in the sky today, just going to be overcast on account of that smoke. So I want to bring that up again today. I think it's a little bit worse for those sensitive to air quality issues. That should be your biggest complaint today. Here's what's going on overall. Surface chart telling us that we're beginning to be under the influence of high ridging that's building into the area. You can see it just off to the north and to the west. That's going to move into the area today, tonight, tomorrow. Scoot those temperatures up a few degrees. Generally, no complaining about that. Not seeing any precipitation in the forecast until late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. Temperatures today for your Sunday, 86, 87 up in Kansas City. I'm looking at about 85 over around Lewisburg, Paola, 85 for Harrisonville, 85 down in Fort Scott, Nevada. Tomorrow Monday will be the warmest day of the week, just by a few degrees. Kansas City is going to see about 88. 86 for Harrisonville. Fort Scott, Nevada, good morning to you folks down on the southern edge. You get up to about 85 for the warmest day. That will be tomorrow. Attention turns to Tuesday, and it has been focused on Tuesday. We know a little bit more about it now with some data coming into better focus this morning. So again, the way that this is set up, the way these outlooks do, this is going to start picking up Monday night over into Tuesday morning. So switching over to the Missouri side of things, this corridor hasn't changed too much. The yellow indicating that 2 out of 5 for severe weather outlook. This is going to pertain to Tuesday afternoon and evening. It's actually a really interesting setup in the upper levels. I mean, it's always interesting, right? You're like, yeah. Well, it's more interesting than normal. We have the subtropical jet down here. Look over the southwest. And we have the northern jet up here with this trough that we've been talking about that's going to dig across the plains. But they're actually going to come close enough together that they're going to lend each other energy. That's the bottom line. That's what they're actually doing. Making sure that plenty of energy is going to be available for this Tuesday setup. They're not super close together, and where they interact the most actually appears to be possibly down around Oklahoma, where we may see more severe weather than what we get up here in east central Kansas and west central Missouri. Here's how I see this playing out. I think we're going to call this a mostly conditional threat again, because if there is an initial wave of showers and thunderstorms, like I'm about to show you data suggests this morning, and those do move through the area on Tuesday, they could release a lot of that energy as it's built up, that atmospheric energy, meaning that the wave that comes through Tuesday evening won't be so strong in terms of severe weather. That is one possibility. If these initial thunderstorms that I'm going to show you wane and we just don't get much out of it, afternoon instability builds, then I think we're looking for a greater threat Tuesday evening. So here's what I'm looking at. This is my first indication. This is what I should see. Probably won't hop on and talk to you about it at this point. This is Monday night about 7 p.m. And as I move through the data, this is what it is suggesting this morning, that thunderstorms do advance. This would now be 10 p.m. Monday night. I should start to see activity up and down central Kansas, right? So then as I step through time, as I move a little bit closer to the early morning hours, sorry about that. What am I up to now? Here's possibly 1 a.m. So here's 3, 4 a.m. So the first wave moving through Kansas City, possibly picking up more the northern edges of our forecast area. Wake up time being, let's move ahead a little bit. This is about 7, 8 a.m. So it's possibly just rainy, light showers. But here we go, moving toward the afternoon and evening. This is going to be the main show. This is now 3, 4 p.m. when I should start to see some organization. Again, could be stronger down in Oklahoma, moving across Wichita, around the I-35 corridor, looks to me like this morning, advancing to the east. So instability, this is what we're paying attention to. This is CAPE. I put this up, it's not the be-all, end-all by any means. It's just one measure of potential energy these storms may have. But, it almost always matches the severe weather outlook, if you remember the yellow zone, the 2 out of 5 from a minute ago. So we're going to be watching as this line moves through. We do have the potential, has a lot to do with that afternoon heating, but building up with, about Butler and south, Eldo, Fort Scott, Lamar, Pittsburgh, Warsaw for sure, Miami, Joplin, etc. So those are the areas that we will be watching Tuesday evening again, for this line to move through. So that's what I'm paying attention to. I will be on here talking to you about it. The other issue, though, that I don't want to leave off, because this happened a couple times this year already. If the threat doesn't pan out in terms of severe weather, which is fine with most people, what might we have in a slower moving system like this with multiple rounds of thunderstorms training over a particular area? Again, low-lying areas still being fairly saturated. I always want to put a W in there. It's ridiculous. Saturated. Too much rain in an area again. But this is an interesting map I haven't gotten to put up this year, in that west central Missouri, southern west central Missouri is actually not what we're talking about for the heaviest rain amounts with this particular system. That looks to be up north of Kansas City and even over on the Kansas side. These amounts, if you can't see them, are just a little bit over 2 inches over in Kansas. It's just under 2.5 inches of potential rainfall from this system in Kansas City. Down, southern Bates County, maybe 1.5 inches, maybe a little bit less, just over an inch possible down around Joplin from this system. So that is about everything I know for you on a Sunday morning. We will start paying attention to that Tuesday threat as storms start to emerge. I will be here watching it. I'll be able to take you through it one step at a time if severe weather does indeed impact our area. We'll get on here and talk about it together. In the meantime, have an awesome Sunday. I'll catch you back later.